I think this one was mostly made popular by Google. And that is, let's say, how many tennis balls there are in, let's say, Toronto.
In a room or in a bus.
How would you find out? Yeah. What do you think about these types of questions?
I mean, those type of questions, because the fact that they're also like on Google, like people can find out these questions, right? And they can find what answers they need to give and whatnot, right? Like some of these questions are essentially developed to throw you off your game.
Mm-hmm.
If you're scripted and you're prepared, for like hours for this interview, and then a hiring manager or a recruiter being like, so what about this? How many tennis balls are there in a limo? And they'd be like, what do you mean? Right? So that those questions are designed to throw you off your game to see how you react, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's very common nowadays to throw in like very random questions, because if it's important that this person knows how to like think on their toes. If it's not important, then they won't. Typically, like these are also very common in like high level management type of positions, or in very fast paced industries, in things like sales or project management type of industries, right? Because those type of people, those type of jobs get thrown a lot of random things that they have to be able to deal with, right? And these type of questions is a test. It's a test of how fast can you think on your feet, how confident you are in your work, right? And if you can handle stress. Sometimes throwing a curveball question like that will stress people out, and it'll just throw them off their game. And if they're interviewing for a project management position and they get thrown off their game, well, that tells me that you are too nervous, that you can't handle pressure. That's the psychology part of those type of questions, right? That's the whole point. Like, we don't really care what the answer is. We just want to know how you get to that answer, right? Let's say it's a QA role that you're interviewing for, and then you get thrown this answer. I want to know I want to know how your brain works. If you're a QA person by nature, you're going to be like, okay, well, step one, this is this. And then I'm going to try to find out how many there are based on this and this. Because I want to see that you're analytical. So if I'm going to throw this question at Annie, who's like in QA forever, I mean, you're going to have 10 different ways of answering this question, right?
I'd be like, wait.
You'll be like, hold on, I need to know this. And
before
the result
I can
is
answer
this.
you.
Exactly, right? Because that's the way your brain works. But that's what we want to see, right? If I'm throwing this question at a QA person, I want to know that they're analytical. If I'm throwing this question at a salesperson, I want to know if you can just pull something out of your hat, right? Because that's what salespeople need to do. They need to be quick. They need to be able to react to different external factors and make something of it. Because that's what sales is about. Sales is very, very, very unpredictable, right? And you, as a salesperson, you have to be able to wing things. That's essentially the talent that we want to see in salespeople. Can you just pull things out of a hat? Can you make something out of anything? And that would be the way Annie answers that question is going to be different than the way the salesperson is going to answer that question.
Yeah.
And we want to see as interviewers how you come about your answers. It's not about the answer itself. Like, we don't care about that.
So the answer is that people don't Google it because it doesn't really help you. If you Google if you Google the tennis ball, you'll become everyone else.
Yeah. Literally.
You lose.
I think you can Google that and you can find a number, right? It's like, I don't care about the number, but how do you know that that's the number? That's what they're gonna ask you.
Because I
right?
Googled it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.